I still remember the morning like it was a bad dream I couldn't wake up from. The sun was barely up, and I was already drowning in spreadsheets and balance sheets at Skyline Financial, the place I'd called my second home for the last 7 years. My job was operations manager, a title that came with long hours, tight deadlines, and a mountain of responsibility. But I loved it. I loved the grind, the numbers, the constant hustle. That day, I was double-checking a report for an upcoming board meeting, coffee cup in hand, headphones on, when my phone buzzed. A message from HR. Short, unsettling. Please come to the conference room immediately. There's a meeting regarding your employment. My heart skipped a beat. I told myself it was routine, maybe a discussion about performance or a new project. I wasn't worried. I trusted the work I'd done, but when I walked into that cold, glass-walled conference room, the atmosphere hit me like a freight train. The HR director sat at the head of the table, expression unreadable. Next to her, the company's legal counsel stared silently. A couple of senior executives were there too, their faces grim. The door clicked shut behind me. I took a seat, trying to keep calm. The HR director began, voice flat, rehearsed. Ryan, we have to inform you that your employment is being terminated. Effective immediately. My breath caught. Wait, what? Why? The legal counsel slid a thick folder across the table, toward me. I opened it with trembling hands. Inside, documents and bank statements. Records of unauthorized wire transfers, fake invoices with forged signatures, all traced back to my employee ID. Embezzlement, the legal counsel said plainly. Misappropriation of company funds. I stared, disbelieving. This had to be a mistake. I was the last person who'd expect this. I was loyal, hard-working. I'd stayed late, fixed mistakes no one else wanted to touch, built trust with clients and colleagues alike. Someone's made a terrible mistake, I said. This isn't me. The HR director shook her head. The evidence is conclusive. We have to proceed. I felt my world crumbling. Then it hit me. The last person who had access to my files was Marcus, my best friend, my partner in the trenches. Since college, the guy I trusted more than anyone in the world. I remembered the small things now, how Marcus always had a knack for being in the right place at the right time. How he had recently taken over some of my tasks just to help. How he was always too quick to volunteer for extra work on financial audits. I swallowed hard. I had to confront him. That night, I met Marcus at our old favorite bar. It was supposed to be a casual catch-up, a chance to unwind, but it felt like walking into a trap. I asked him, point blank, Marcus, did you have anything to do with this? He smiled, but it wasn't the warm, friendly smile I remembered. It was cold, calculated. Ryan, he said, sometimes you have to lose a battle to win the war. I felt a chill. What are you saying? That the company's changing, and you're not part of the future? His words hit me like a punch. Was betrayed by my best friend. Over the next few days, the rumors spread. The whispers behind my back. The sideways glances from former colleagues. I was blacklisted. My phone stopped ringing. The apartment lease was terminated. Early, I lost everything. But I wasn't broken. No, I was furious. And I knew one thing for sure. Marcus thought he won. But the real game was just beginning. Man. That first month after everything went sideways was brutal. Like, every day felt heavier than the last. I was stuck in this haze, jobless, broke, and with everyone around me acting like I was guilty without even hearing my side. It's one thing to lose a job, but to have your best friend stab you in the back and everyone just swallow that story whole. That hurt on a whole different level. But I wasn't about to sit back and take it. Nope, not me. I knew Marcus was behind the whole setup. The question was, how the hell do I prove it? So, I started digging. I went back through emails, files, timestamps, anything I could get my hands on. I spent nights scrolling through logs, looking for anything that didn't add up. I was basically a detective now, piecing together a puzzle that was designed to destroy me. One night, after everyone had cleared out of the office, I snuck back in. Yeah, I know it sounds crazy, but desperate times, man. I booted up my old laptop, connected to the company's server, and started digging for dirt. That's when I found a hidden folder Marcus had created. This folder was like his secret little diary of all the shady stuff he'd been up to. Fake invoices, forged transactions, messages between him and some sketchy execs trying to cover their tracks. It wasn't just a slip-up, it was a full-blown conspiracy, and worst of all, he planned to pin it all on me so he could climb the corporate ladder clean. At that moment, I felt a weird mix of things. Anger, hell yeah, but also relief, because now I had the ammo I needed. But I knew I couldn't rush this. I couldn't just storm into the office, waving evidence around and hope it stuck. I had to be smart, patient, so I started tracking Marcus' texts, phone calls, even the times he left the office. I hacked into his phone a couple of times, caught him planning fake invoices and covering his tracks. Every move he made, I was there, watching, recording. Meanwhile, I reached out to some old colleagues and clients who still trusted me. No drama, no shouting matches, just casual meets coffee, lunch, quick calls. Slowly, I was rebuilding my reputation piece by piece, and when the time was right, I sent the evidence anonymously to the company's audit team. Then I waited days, felt like years. Finally, the call came. "We need you to come in," said the audit team. "Marcus's numbers don't add up." I smiled. That was the moment I'd been waiting for. If you want, I can continue with chapter 3 in the same detailed, conversational style. Just say the word. Walking into that conference room felt surreal. The same place where I'd been blindsided weeks ago now felt like my stage. Except this time, I wasn't the victim. I was the one holding the cards. The audit team had laid out everything. Wire transfers with Marcus's fingerprints all over them. Emails where he talked about framing me like it was no big deal. Phone recordings where he laughed about taking me down. The evidence was bulletproof. But here's the kicker. I wasn't just after Marcus. No, I found out he wasn't working alone. A few higher-ups in the company were in on the scheme, using Marcus as their fall guy. It was bigger than I thought. I handed over everything I had, every screenshot, every recording, every secret conversation. I wanted Marcus to not only lose his job, but to watch his entire world collapse, and it did. Board members froze accounts. Marcus was suspended, pending investigation. The rumors started swirling like a tornado. His friends stopped answering calls. His social media went dark. Meanwhile, I started patching things up with former clients and co-workers. Slowly but surely, my reputation came back. I wasn't just the guy who got fired anymore. I was the guy who survived and fought back. One night, I got a text from an unknown number. "He's done. You won." I stared at the screen and felt a hollow victory. Because it wasn't just about winning. It was about reclaiming my life. I started my own consulting firm soon after. No flashy ads, no loud announcements, just hard work and integrity. And the clients came back. Sometimes, when the city quieted down, I'd think about Marcus, about the friendship that turned into betrayal. But I never responded to the letter he sent later, saying, "I underestimated you. I'm sorry. Some things are better left unsaid." After months of waiting and watching, the final act of this whole nightmare was finally playing out. The company had launched a full-scale internal investigation into the fraud, and Marcus was officially out of the picture. But for me, this was about more than just Marcus losing his job. It was about reclaiming every part of my life he tried to steal. I remember the day I got the news. The board had voted to push for criminal charges, and the FBI was involved. It wasn't just corporate politics anymore. It was serious. Marcus wasn't just a corrupt employee. He was a criminal. Walking into that courtroom months later, seeing him sit there in handcuffs, felt surreal. The smug, arrogant guy who'd laughed in my face when I confronted him was now quiet, defeated. The weight of his own lies finally crashing down. But the victory wasn't just about Marcus getting what he deserved. It was about the journey I'd taken to get here. After losing my job and reputation, it was tempting to just disappear, move away, start fresh somewhere nobody knew me. But that wasn't who I was. I had to fight back, piece by piece. I rebuilt my life. I started my consulting firm from scratch, working out of a small apartment, taking on any client who would give me a chance. No fancy marketing campaigns, no flashy promises, just hard work and honesty. There were days I questioned myself, wondering if it was worth it. Watching the company I loved fall apart under the weight of greed and betrayal was painful. But each time I felt weak, I reminded myself why I started. Slowly, things began to turn around. Old clients came back. Friends reached out. My reputation grew not because of hype, but because I stayed true to my values. And through it all, I learned a lot about people, about trust, about betrayal, about the power of resilience. I won't lie, some days still sting. I miss what we had before. Marcus decided to stab me in the back, but I also know that I'm stronger now because of it. The last time I saw Marcus was in court. He looked broken, regret written all over his face. I felt no joy in that, just a quiet sense of closure. I never responded to his apology letter. Some things are better left unsaid. Now, when I walk down the streets of New York, I carry a different kind of pride. Not the pride of winning a fight, but the pride of knowing I refuse to be defeated. Revenge, in the end, isn't about tearing someone else down. It's about building yourself back up, and that's exactly what I did. Asterisk, all right. So that's my story. Crazy, right? Getting betrayed by your best friend, losing everything, then slowly clawing your way back up from the ashes. I won't lie. It wasn't easy. There were moments I wanted to just give up, to walk away and never look back. But something inside me wouldn't let me. Maybe it was pride. Maybe it was anger. Or maybe just the stubborn refusal to be beaten. If there's one thing I hope you take away from this, it's that no matter how low you get, no matter how badly life throws you a curveball, you can fight back. It might take time. It might take patience. But with the right mindset and a little grit, you can come back stronger than ever. And hey, revenge stories like this, they hit hard because they're real. They remind us that life isn't always fair, but how we respond makes all the difference. Now, if you liked this story, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps me out and lets me know you want to hear more stories like this. Also, don't forget to subscribe and tap that notification bell so you never miss a new video. I've got plenty more true stories coming your way, and trust me, some of them are crazier than this one. And hey, I want to hear from you. Have you ever been betrayed by someone you trusted? How did you handle it? Drop your story or your thoughts down in the comments. I read every single one and love hearing what you have to say. Thanks for sticking around and listening. It means a lot. Until next time, take care of yourself, and remember, sometimes the best revenge is just living